Hi, I'm Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.com, joined by Adam Pachan.
Oh, it's his birthday.
It's his birthday. Shorty's going to party like it's his birthday, so Adam's taking a bit of time away, isn't he?
Yeah. Just my brother's name's Tom. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before.
Is it me?
No, it's
brother!
not you. No, it's not you. You're not my brother. No, I know my brother.
Do you know what else I know?
Go on.
Wrestling news. Bray Wyatt comments on the WWE making the Fiend more PG. We have word on the creative plans for NXT going forward. And which former WWE Champion nearly lost a finger? We'll tell you in a bit. I've had a chance to probably ask you. You are loving the stuff with the Fiend, aren't you?
100%.
As a wrestling fan, we all have to.
Yes. The best bit was at SummerSlam, obviously, with the entrance and everything. But it's still been good since. Really enjoying it.
Did you find that lantern lived in your nightmares for quite a few days?
Yes, of course, and the nightmares of everybody. But it was good. I thought it was a good sort of horror and terror that we were given by the lantern. It's all right. It's all fine.
Ever since his arrival at SummerSlam, there has been speculation that the Fiend, Bray Wyatt's latest abomination, is going to be watered down for a PG audience, and those speculations have been put to rest by two very reputable sources.
Excellent.
One mostly reputable because it's the person who's doing it.
Yes. Of course, Bray Wyatt tweeted out, "Stop spreading this propaganda and fire your informants." So that's pretty cut and dry, that, to be honest.
I think if Bray Wyatt says this is what's happening, then I'm more likely to believe Bray Wyatt. Brad Shepard as well from Pro Sports Extra has said, regarding the report of WWE wanting to tone down the Fiend, I'm told not to be alarmed as those in power love the character.
I'm very relieved about that. I'm very pleased. I think that he's unlike anything currently in WWE. It's a throwback to like Ministry and Undertaker and stuff. And a lot of people, you always hear people saying there's no characters left in wrestling. Well, now we've certainly got a big one on the main roster.
Do you think, just to speculate on the Fiend in the future stuff, because he popped up on Raw, do you think we're going to get a match from the Fiend before Survivor Series?
That's a very good question. Maybe against some sort of legend who can still go a bit, and he'll sort of destroy them, because he seems to be targeting old legends and stuff. But then I think, yeah, definitely, because Halloween is in between now and Survivor Series.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Maybe we'll get a return to the, what was it called? The match with him and Orton where they were in that lovely limousine with the green...
the House of Horrors.
Yeah, the House of Horrors match, yeah. What a time that was.
That was messy business. That was messy business. I'll tell you who could be in line for a shooing from the Fiend.
Oh.
End of September, just before Clash of Champions.
Right.
Undertaker's due at SmackDown.
Oh!
Could you imagine? We talked about this a bit yesterday, but could you imagine Undertaker walking out to his music, suddenly everything cutting out?
Oh, yes. I would love that. That would be absolutely fine. I want it to happen now. And now that you've given the sort of, now that you've made that a thing in my head, a possibility, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be tremendously disappointed.
Or Undertaker sting Saudi Arabia. I mean, possibilities are endless. So unless you've been living under a rock or under the rock, because he's quite big and he's married lately.
Yeah, he's married now. You can't.
You can't live under the rock unless you are Mrs. The Rock now. The announcement has come through that WWE NXT is moving to the telly.
Yes, it is. The Wednesday Night Wars are underway, or about to be underway anyway, and NXT will have a little 2-week, I think, head start before AEW starts in the first week of October. But the first NXT USA Network episode is going to be on September 18th, and it's going to be 2 hours long rather than one. It's pretty clear what's going on here. The two sides are preparing themselves for war. I'm excited about it, but a lot of people aren't so excited just because there's a lot of worry that with this brand moving to TV, Vince will have more of a hand in it, and it'll take away, a lot of people are speculating, what makes NXT special. And a lot of people have been very impressed, myself included, with what Triple H has done with his creative sort of leadership of the brand. And there's a bit of a fear that that's going to be removed, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Pro Wrestling Sheet have put some of our fears to rest, saying, sources tell us, despite speculation, the current plan for NXT is to remain as the same show as it has been for years. Bottom line, if you're worried about losing the work rate heavy product that has been spearheaded by Triple H for years, don't be. Move to the USA Network was only a way to get more eyes on the product.
That's a massive relief, and it's something that me and Sam sort of discussed in our video yesterday, where we discussed various more details about this whole NXT moving to TV deal and the reaction from various wrestlers on both sides of the new divide. So if you want to check that out, That one?
There.
Yeah, up there somewhere.
Somewhere there. Somewhere
along.
along here, you'll be able to click and you can go straight to watching Jack and Sam and they'll talk about that. From one show going, way, to one show going, oh dear. There's fresh speculation that 205 Live may be disappearing soon, Jack.
Well, this is according to Dave Meltzer, of course. We all love him, of the Wrestling Observer Radio. And the expectation is that the weekly SmackDown Live tapings are going to run for 3 hours on Fox. And normally in that third hour, that's when we see 205 Live. But the problem is that there are people backstage who haven't been happy with 205 Live since the very beginning, apparently. And also, we often see these problems on TV with 205 Live where the crowd are just too burnt out. And no matter how good the match is in front of them, even if it's a spectacular match, it takes them a long time to get into it just because they've seen so much wrestling beforehand.
I watched 205 Live last night, and you know how WWE love like an opening shot of the crowd?
Yes.
Nice panning shot of the crowd. You watch 205 Live this week, and it's really sad because they open with this shot of the crowd, and there are so many empty seats. And there are so many people just sat on their hands as the show opens. It's a camera angle that WWE wouldn't normally put out.
Right,
I don't know whether
right.
because Vince isn't around this week. More on that in a bit. But it's I've felt for 205 Live ever since it started because I feel like that burned out SmackDown crowd has really hampered it.
Yes.
There's great stuff on 205
Yeah, there is some,
Live.
yeah. But the problem is, if this is true and if 205 Live does get scrapped, does that mean then that SmackDown is going to be 3 hours long? Because these tapings are going to run apparently for 3 hours according to Meltzer, and suddenly there'll be nothing to fill the third hour apart from, I guess, more SmackDown. Yeah.
A lot more SmackDown.
Is that? I mean, part of what I like about SmackDown is that it isn't as long as Raw. I think 3 hours is too long for a weekly TV show. What do you think?
I guess I can see them bringing SmackDown to 3 hours. I really can, to fall in line with Raw. So you've got your Raw and your SmackDown for 3 hours. Now you've got an NXT property in the middle of the week that is 2 hours long. So it kind of feels like to make SmackDown feel like a bigger deal, and also because the amount of extra old gazonga they'd make from that extra hour. With another hour of SmackDown, it would be hard to turn that down. But I'm still sad if this doesn't mean the end of 205 Live because I feel like it got a rough ride from the get-go.
Yes, and what would happen to the talent? Well, Meltzer seems to think that if the show is cancelled, in the event of a cancellation, then the division will either be spread between Raw and SmackDown, or just entirely merge with the NXT roster, which is going to lead to a pretty packed. Well, it's going to lead to even more talent whatever happens. I guess it's going to be a difficult one to sort out.
If only there was an extra hour. We're well into this video. We've barely talked about SmackDown that was on last night.
Yes.
Which is a bit sad. Sorry about that. Charlotte Flair challenged Bayley last night for a match at Clash of the Champions for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. I really enjoyed the back and forth that they had on a Moment of Bliss.
She pushed her off the stool.
Oh, do you know what? I've watched people go through flaming tables, as any self-respecting wrestling fan has. I've seen spots that made me feel sick. I watched Mankind coming off the top of the cell, watching Charlotte crash into that occasional table, kidney first. Whoa.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad.
Ooh, cringe.
This is going to lead, am I right in saying, to a title shot at Clash of Champions between Charlotte and Bayley, and Charlotte's going to win.
It does really feel like that way because like the wording that Charlotte used in this episode of A Moment of Bliss, where she talks about like Bayley's the champion, but I'm the brand. Like I've been distracted. I'm now back to clean the mess up of this women's division, and there's a lot of that. We also have speculation. I mean, they've thrown out the challenge. We're yet to see whether it actually happens. The revival of Challenge the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
I want to see that match. That's a great. This match should be great as well, Charlotte and Bayley. It's just that Charlotte seems to. She never spends too much time away from the gold, I don't think.
No.
No.
Some other weird things happened from SmackDown last night. I mean, weird in the sense that I didn't expect it to happen. Buddy Murphy beat Daniel Bryan.
That's a huge result.
Whoa!
I like that. It's a bold booking decision, but I like it.
Yeah,
I like that.
Really competitive match as well between both of them. We saw Elias and Andrade qualify for the King of the Ring.
Well, Elias beat Kevin Owens, didn't he?
Yeah,
It's
unfortunately.
made me look like a right fool in my King of the Ring video. He was my second favourite. My favourite's still in. Your favourite as well.
There you go, King Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Ricky.
Me and Tom both predicted Ricochet, so don't worry about it. We've got it. It's fine.
King Ricky's going to be there. He's going to be absolutely fine. And Jack, we now know who attacked Roman Reigns.
No, but we don't, Tom. No, we don't know
Mate,
this.
it's definitely the guy who looks like Rowan. I'm going to assume his name is David Lockett.
I'll tell you what, right? Now, David Lockett.
David Lockett.
From Milton Keynes.
David Lockett from Milton Keynes.
I'll tell you what, right? When I woke up today, I did like have a little look at what had happened on SmackDown, preparing myself for the event of a news video, and I read the ending. And I thought, I didn't understand what the point of it was. And it was only, you saw me do it in the office upstairs. I only realised what their plan was, having now watched it. They found a guy who looks a bit like Eric Rowan in that he's got a shaven head and a ginger beard, but he doesn't really look like Eric Rowan. And they've gone, he did it, Roman, and that's going to throw the send off them. He's not going to suspect them anymore. And you know what? Roman Reigns actually looked confused. He didn't know what was going on.
Maybe it was David Lockett.
I don't know what, yeah.
Roman Reigns, David Lockett, Clash of Champions.
Yes, that's the match we've all been screaming for. What did you make of this?
Well, if you watch SmackDown Graded later on today, you'll find out Mr. Pachiti's on holiday, so I'm the supply teacher for the supply teacher, so that'll get a few downvotes. Come join me for SmackDown Graded later on. AE-dub. Not my words, the words of somebody spelling dub-E-A backwards.
Yes.
And the noise that fans make when watching All Elite Wrestling. And some more names have now been announced for the first ever all-women's AEW Casino Battle Royale.
Yes, indeed. 2 names have been announced, one of whom I'm familiar with, the other one that I'm not. So that's exciting. I'll get to see a new wrestler, see what they're like. The one that I don't know is Big Swole. Her real name is Ariel Monroe. Or is that just like an alternative ring name that she sometimes goes under?
Big Swole is a name that she normally
Big
goes
Swole.
under. Big Swole. She is big and swole.
Ariel Monroe. I saw the tweet announcement. She looks like a tough character. I've got nothing to go on.
well, we know that she was part of Mae Young Classic last year.
Was she?
Yeah, she crashed out quite early on though. So.
Oh, but at least all right. Okay, I might recognise her then. The other one I am familiar with, Sadie Gibbs. She is kind of like a British female Young Buck. She kind of does all the flips and stuff. Yeah, she's from London, I believe. And she hopefully gets a chance to show what she can do. I don't think they'd throw her straight in and have her win the thing. No. But it's the sort of match where everyone can have a little showcase. And I think she'd be perfect for that. Do you remember like in the Women's Rumble this year when Casey Catanzaro came out and did all the bends and flips and stuff?
She was brilliant in that.
I hope they give Sadie Gibbs a chance to show what she can do in terms of her nimbleness as well.
They joined Teal Piper, Evilise and Jazz.
Bloody Jazz.
Jazz with a big, like, steel mask that she wears.
Amazing.
She looks like she will kill you.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Rumoured entrants as well include Nyla Rose, Dr. Britt Baker, who had a concussion, but she's better now.
Good.
Yuka Sakazaki.
Ross's favourite.
Ali, and Brandy Rhodes apparently.
Oh.
Rumoured. Don't put the Booker Man in the Rumble. I don't give a damn about my bad reputation, but I do give a damn about the amount of fingers I've got.
Yeah, no, So Ronda Rousey, right, was on the set of what is it that she's filming?
911. It's
911.
A new drama she's doing for Fox.
And it was the first day of filming. And it was the first, apparently her first scene even, and a piece of, well, let's read what she said on Instagram. Now, we won't be putting a picture up of said injury that happened. No. If you really want to see it, then go and check out Instagram, but...
Do it. If you're feeling a bit sick today, do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
no rush.
I said earlier, I was like to Sam, have you seen it? And he went, I don't want to see it. And I don't blame him because I accidentally saw it just scrolling through Twitter, and I was like, oh no. So from Ronda's Instagram, she says, freak accident. First take of the day, a boat door fell on my hand, which isn't that's not what you want really, is it?
No, it's absolutely the one thing she didn't want to happen.
I thought I just jammed my finger, so I finished the take before looking. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm used to live audiences and never showing pain until I'm supposed to, makes sense. After breaking the action, I told our director the situation and was rushed via ambulance to the hospital, where they promptly reattached my bone and tendon with a plate and screws. I returned to filming the next day and finished my scenes before returning home to recover. I commend Ronda Rousey for that because... If that happened to me, I wouldn't be at work the next day. It would be horrible. It would be a horrible thing.
Would you say it's worse than crashing kidney first into an occasional table?
Yes, but only just.
That'll do for your news. I haven't got an outro. Jack the Jobber's got a t-shirt though, and he's going to tell you all about the Patreon.
Oh, patreon.com/Cultaholic. That's a fun place to what?
You do it in the outro.
I thought you were just saying to me. I thought you were just telling me to do that. I panicked.
No.
I'm about to do that. Right now.
He's about to do it now.
Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments section down below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic and on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, then please do check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic, where you can pledge. And don't forget, of course, most importantly of all, to hit subscribe and to join us.